Hey man, here are the tours. I've kind of shined them up a little bit. I'll do my best. It's hard in a video or picture to see chrome and see what's going on with it. I'm going to try my best to point out anything I see. So I believe this is how they mount. So if you see, I've got it. What I've done is to put the brackets on top of wood down there. So that's how it's going to bolt up to the bike. So you're going to kind of see this pipe, for example, kind of from this angle. What I see here is real light scratch, maybe a little bitty stone chip there. It's not, little one there. Some real light scuffing maybe here. I mean, really light. I don't want you to get them and see anything that you would be surprised about. When I go back and forth here, see that kind of ripple? That's like a really shallow dent that you can barely feel when you run your finger over it. But see how it's making that light bulb up there kind of ripple? So that's pretty shallow. This is where those little shields mount. So that looks kind of dirty and rubbed. Not worrying about that. That gets covered by your shields. Then on this side, that's a dog hair. Get that off. This one is nearly perfect. It's got, perfect may not be the right word. Really minor, looks like a blonde hair, maybe right there. And I think you can see that one in the video right there. It kind of looks like a hair across it. I don't know if that can be buffed out or not. And one right there, see that? Of course, not focusing on the pipe, it's focusing on the reflection. But if I back off, you can kind of see it there. But it's the kind of thing you know, I'm really getting close and trying to point it out to you. So I don't think it's, I'd say, you know, these are 8 out of 10 in condition. So those are the areas that you see. I'll roll it over for you. You know, all this stuff is hidden back here. Nobody can see it. I haven't polished it up as well. Right here where it bolts up on this one, so this goes against your bike, there's some scuffing there, probably when I was mounting it, or maybe the bracket. And another looks sort of like a hair right there. So it's a real light scratch. I don't think most people are going to do this. They're going to try and point out how wonderful they are, but like I said, I just want you to know I can see a very slight ripple there that if you just look directly at it, you're not going to see it, but you can just barely feel that. Going to the other pipe, yeah, this is the part where it mounts. There's kind of like a seam here, that's from the factory, that gives that ripple there. That's always been that way. This is, you know, behind where the bike mounts. There's a rub mark like on the other side, but a little bit more, probably from the bracket or wherever it mounts up to. Right there. Little bitty scratch there. All this is going to be behind the pipe against the bike. So the main part, you know, you'd have to get on the ground to see that label. And there's a little scuffing right there by the label. But it's going to mount, let's see, this way. So you'd have to be on the ground to see that. This is the view of the pipe from the side. And it's getting dust on it now. And like that is not a problem. It's some kind of grease. And this would be from the top. So that's where I just wiped it, and it's got something on it, which, just to show you, yeah, that's gone. So it's getting fingerprints on it now, even with the gloves. So, and same thing on this side, back to this pipe, that's going to mount like that, so that's going to be the side if you're right down on the ground, and then probably more the angle you'd see on the bike, and then sitting on the bike looking down on it, you might see that, I guess. So yeah, they're in good shape. I'm going to be keeping these little brackets here in case I ever want to put the stock ones back up. You just take your brackets off yours. Let's see. Let me spin it around. Those are the ends of the pipe. I didn't try and clean those up or do anything. That's just what they look like. Let me get the other one. So you got some carbon and looks like a little bit of rust there that you could probably brush out if you wanted. I wouldn't bother myself. Anyway, it's a pretty nice looking set of pipes, I think. Okay, so I've flipped them around now, so the exhaust now is pointing toward the outside of the shed. So this would be the left one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Just go over it one more time. You can see these little light scratches. These are light scratches. I'm seeing another little hair type scratch. I don't even know if you can. Where's my finger? There we go. Somewhere over there. It's pretty light. I'm pointing out everything I can now. And this one would be your right hand pipe. So you'd be looking down on it like this. And what I see here is that little scratch there, a little bit here, and see that ripple? That's that one I pointed out before. And it's hard to tell you, you know, how deep that is, but it's pretty shallow, you know. It's more that you see how it's reflecting than you look at it and go, there's a dent in that pipe. I mean, my finger runs over it. I can feel it just barely, but it's, I don't know. I think a lot of people wouldn't even mention it, but I want you to know about it. So yeah, I pointed out that. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, and I think a lot of people would call it a 9 probably. Maybe your biggest concern's gonna be that spot right there. I don't really know how to best show you in a video what that's like.
show